I'm just saying,
we keep tagging us. We talking about disrespect our system. I'm really glad we came in peace. We real good. We good.
It's all up, just hold respect for our trauma. That's it, we good. It's all good. It's all good. Thank you. We good. Thank you. Thank you. Never sound like what your wife did, but thank you. That's all. Thank you.
Kick up the black man. Kick me out the chair. Kick me.
We're good.
Kick me. Stop going after me. Fist is back, man.
Get the brothers out of here. Pastor, get the brothers out of here. Pastor, get the brothers out of here so they can be safe. Pastor, get the brothers out of here.
Let's go. Come on. Everybody turn around. Let's walk this way. We came in peace. We walk out in peace. We came in peace. We walk out in peace.
So the attacker in this case is facing charges. He's facing charges of aggravated menacing and assault. He's out on bail right now. He has a court appearance. What more do you want to see in terms of the criminal justice system, in terms of what's happening here? Because the man has been arrested and he has been charged. So what more do we want to see here?
So it was more than one individual, from what we understand. From what Troy has told me, it was more than one individual that actually did the attack. So we want to make sure that the police department and the district attorney investigate to the fullest extent of the law. I know that different videos are being put out there to saying that he was just walking his dog. It's not a crime to walk your dog at all, whether you're in a wheelchair or you're on foot. It's not a crime. The dogs have a muzzle on them, so he didn't break the law. After the police officers saw the body cam footage, they made the arrest of one individual, but another individual that did the crime. We understand that the district attorney and also the police department have deemed it that it's not a hate crime because there was nothing that was said. It was just explicit curse words that was said. And the gentleman doesn't want the hate crime. What he wants to make sure that this young man, these two young Jewish individuals that did this to him, face some jail time because he's severely hurt.
And the second person, how did they participate?
They hit him with a brick. They hit him with a brick. So one threw him out the wheelchair, and the other one hit him with a brick. And this is after. So the video that people are putting out there, that they show him walking with dogs in the street, but they didn't show the incident that what happens right after, which is these two Jewish individuals chasing him and hit him in the head with a part of a wooden bench.
Yep.
What's the next step? Will we stop here or we take that forward? No, so we're having a meeting at 2:00 to continue the dialogue about what is going to be able to happen next in terms of continuing the dialogue to be able to talk about this issue and unite around other issues that's happening in the black community and also in the Jewish community. There's some issues that our community is facing regarding theft, regarding some issues that's real precedent. So they want to talk about that. So this is about a beginning of a conversation and a dialogue. You never know. I learned this a long time ago. Martin Luther King used to always say, you never know what's going to strike a moment or a movement. And this is a moment that we can be able to change into a movement, that this incident happened and we actually change it into a movement. All right?
A couple of things about
Sure, Rabbi Cohen.
Thank you.
Rabbi Cohen.
So,
a huge supporter.
I would like to speak when.
Hold on, brother. This ain't your thing. Brother, how you going to interrupt my thing?
I just said when you finish.
Rabbi Eli Cohen from the Crown Heights Jewish Community Council. I just want to add a couple of things.
You ain't speaking. I bet you won't speak. You ain't gonna do.
This was very.
I ain't gonna do that. You ain't gonna speak. You ain't gonna speak. I ain't gonna do that. But you ain't gonna speak on this. I can't speak. I bet you won't speak. What you gonna do?
Yes, go ahead, sir.
So I just want to say to everyone, first of all, the first thing I want to say is that we were spoken about one side on one side. And the truth is we're all on the same side. Blacks and Jews have been persecuted for centuries, and we all know what persecution means. And here we have a situation, and I've been standing and listening to the way this has been presented by so many of these speakers so beautifully about the way that this community has in the past come together and can continue to come together. I will say that I reached out last week to Mr. McCleod, who is the victim in this situation. I felt his hurt and his pain, and I understood from him what happened. But I was so touched and so moved when he said, let this not be another Crown Heights. Let's work together to find a way to move beyond this. And this is what Mr. McCleod himself wants. He's the man who was pushed down. He's the man who was hit with this bench and so on. All the terrible things that were done to him, but he had it in his heart to say, look, I don't want this to turn into another crazy Crown Heights incident. And so it's beautiful that we're coming together, but this is not two sides. We're all in this together, and we're going to work together to find solutions and bring the community together, to work against hate, and to work for love and harmony and peace in the community. And this is so important, and I'm so happy that everyone is here. And there's no one more than Mr. McCleod himself. He said one more thing that I just want to add is that he told me that there was a young man who came over, and maybe he was the second person seen in the picture, and he tried to hold him back, Mr. McCleod said. And he really tried to hold him back. So I really don't think there was a second person involved over here, but of course the investigation will play out and we'll see what happens. But just to calm the situation.
All right.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank y'all for coming out.
Thank you.
I'm no cursing. Hi. Yes. I just want to say that the black community, and I think I speak for every single black person in the black community, is that we are fed up. Everyone wants us to be calm when it's our blood that is shedding on these streets. This is unacceptable. You need not be a genius to know to push an individual out of a wheelchair. What bothered me the most was how comfortable these men were in being disrespectful to the men in my community. The men in our community are good enough to go to jail, and other people don't go to jail. Daniel Penny didn't go to jail. Daniel Pantaleo didn't go to jail. But Trayvon Martin is dead, and now we keep being disrespected. We are all here. We keep saying, let's live in peace, let's live in peace. You want us to live peacefully when you keep doing us harm. We're losing our homes because of a lot of these people from the Jewish community are stealing our deeds, and nothing is happening. You're hurting our black men. Stop. You're leaving me vulnerable. This is wrong on every single level. Stop asking me to be quiet and to suffer peacefully. I can't suffer peacefully. Arrest these men, send them to jail, and let us live. You're gentrifying Brooklyn. You're making it hard for us to live, and you want us to come here and smile and hold hands and say kumbaya. We're not gonna say kumbaya. Leave us alone. 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 We have a right to be here too.
That's right. This is what I was saying, that we have issues that we have to be able to deal with in both sides of our community. So thank y'all for coming out today. I want to ask you, baby, to join the rest of your Thursday, and we got to be able to continue to unite and live in peace.
Thank you.
Attack the attacker. Has to be unleashed. You got to make sense out of it.
What does that have to do with
you got to make sense out of it. Don't move the goalposts. Dogs are trained to speak only in German as well. They weren't even acting as an aggressive.
It doesn't matter, but legally they have to be unleashed. Just follow
Yes,
the
but
law.
what does that have to do with pushing him out of the wheelchair?
The man
It was not attacking him.
out of a wheelchair.
I was an eyewitness to the entire incident from beginning to end. I have video, and I was there when the arrest was made and the incident happened. The dogs were laying on the ground docile. The dogs were not
Were you a witness? Were you a witness?
But they were not.
I don't have to be there, but they have to be there unleashed.
So what you're saying is
I did. There's a video. There has to be
making yourself look like an imbecile.
Maybe she could do it.
How do you know she's saying the truth?
Because I was there and I have eyes.
So what it doesn't have to. What happens is now this is a space where people have conversations, right? The incident happened. Now we have a conversation. What comes out of the conversation now is that people who are wanting to talk and want solutions are going to make a solution. People who do not want to have a solution, that's going to be the people outside making noise, right? Or making noise. That doesn't need to happen. What needs to happen is that we need to respect your freedom of speech, but you also have to respect their freedom of speech. That's it. Freedom of speech is not dead.
Conversation or
Brother.
How long have you lived there?
No peace. No justice.
No peace.
No justice.
No peace.
Justice for Troy.
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 My name is Rev Kevin McCall, civil rights leader. We are here today because there was a video, an incident that happened not too far from here on March the 29th. A gentleman was out as he normally does in this community. He lives in this community.
Yes, sir.
He's been living in this community since 1988.
That's right.
As he normally do every day, was walking in this community with his dogs. He happens to be in a wheelchair. Who was in a wheelchair. Let's paint the picture. The gentleman by the name of Troy was in a wheelchair with dogs that he walks that has muzzles on them.
Yes, sir. Put your guy on the lead.
We are not here to cause strife.
That's right.
This is not about the whole entire Jewish community. This is about those two Jewish individuals that did this heinous act to this gentleman in a wheelchair.
Right.
Those two Jewish individuals should be arrested and held to the fullest extent of the law.
Come on, speak truth. Speak truth. Speak truth. Just like we would.
Because if the shoe was on the other foot,
speak truth.
This community will be in uproar.
That's right. That's right.
Cars will be burnt.
That's right.
Things will happen in this community, and it will set us back. The gentleman wanted to be here today. He told me, he said, Rev, I want to come. He said, I have Jewish friends. I have Jewish people that's in my family. And I'm not against all the Jews. I don't want this to go back to the 80s. I want to be able to deal with the issue of these two individuals that did this to me. And I'm going to be able to have to speak to the prosecutor because I want make sure that these two individuals go to jail for what they did.
Go to jail.
I'm grateful for the leadership in the black community. I'm grateful for the leadership in the Jewish community who have been working together to heal, working together on different programs and initiatives in this community. The work of Richard Green shall not go unnoticed. The work of Rabbi Saminskin and Rabbi those Grand Rebbe, the work of they have been doing in this community shall not go unnoticed. But we have to continue a dialogue of discussion about what will happen next, because there's a potty cake that's waiting to happen if we don't deal with the issues in our community, especially in the Crown Heights community.
Stealing our deeds.
We have issues that what happens that affect black people. Let me say that again. We have issues that affect black people
Gentrification.
that we have to be able to deal with. We have issues that's in the Jewish community.
Speak truth, brother. Speak truth. Speak strong.
We have to be able to deal with those issues. So today, at 2 o'clock, we're going to have this dialogue on St. John's in Kingston to continue this conversation about how we unite to bring everyone forward. We cannot always agree, but what we can agree is that something has to happen.
Something has to happen. That's right.
What we can agree is that somebody needs to be held accountable for doing this to this man.
That's right. Speak strong. Speak strong, brother. Speak strong.
When the Jewish community reaches out to me, and I have many friends of Jewish community, been known for over 20 years. When a heinous act happens, when somebody does something of the black community to a Jewish member.
Tell us what happened.
They called me and said, Rev, put out a statement. You gotta denounce this. But where was the Jewish community denouncing this when this happened on March 29th?
Come on, make it plain. Come on.
They failed to denounce this. They made sure that we had to respond because they did not respond.
They're stealing our deeds.
If they would have responded,
they won't let us live.
if they didn't respond, then we would not.
Yeah, why?
Understand that.
Same crap you're doing in Gaza.
If you cannot, Rachel, come on, Rachel. If you cannot understand that this is something that we have to unite on, then you are part of the problem.
Come on, Brad. Come on, brother.
Yes, sir. So I'm thankful for the Jewish community and the Lubavitch for the work that they do. And me too, I'm sorry that we had to do this during Holy Week. I'm sorry that we had to do this during Passover. But I'm reminded of the scriptures that say, what would Jesus do? Jesus will unite together and to be able to call for peace and call for those who don't have a voice. And that young man, Troy, was in that wheelchair. He didn't have a voice, but he has one today with us. Let us hear from one of the leaders who has been on the forefront in the black community, in the Jewish community, who has been really a beacon of hope. And I'm glad that she is standing 10 toes down with me. Let us welcome Pastor Shemaine Bird.
Come on, sister.
Good afternoon to all those who are here. I'm not only a voice right now, but I am a resident of Crown Heights.
Come on, that's right.
I do know the young man in the wheelchair. I see him from time to time in the community. What I want is for us to have real dialogue and real conversation. We don't want any bloodshed on either side.
That's right.
But we want us to be able to come to a table, respecting one another, hearing each other for real. Because if nothing is done, nothing will get solved. We have a real problem and we need a real solution with everybody at the table. Everybody. We're coming out of Ramadan, we're coming out of the Passover, we're in Holy Week, and we have to respect each other. We have so much that is in common rather than that separates us. We're human beings. All of us have feelings and we have human rights.
That's right.
And nobody wants their human rights to be violated.
That's right.
And we're going to sit at the table, we're going to have real conversation.
That's right.
We're going to listen to each other, we're going to respect each other. We may not always agree, but we're going to be respectful because we're community. Community engulfs every one of us, every religion, every race. If we live together, we got to learn how to live together.
That's right.
Peaceably.
Let them know, sis.
And that's what we're going to do. You're invited to sit at the table, but you're also invited and encouraged to be respectful. And know that we're going to walk together, we're going to talk together, and we're going to come up with some real resolutions. Because I'm tired of being here with people's human rights being violated and nothing's being done. Whatever side of the table you on or whatever coin you want to flip, today it stops. And we're going to have meaningful conversations. And we're going to respect each other. I love and admire people of different faiths, different nationalities. It's not about that. I'm a woman of faith. And so that compels me to love everybody.
That's right,
I may not like what you do, but I'm going to love you in spite of it. And love is going to win, and love conquers a lot of things. And we're going to start with loving ourselves, loving each other, and we're going to get some real dialogue and some real solutions. And I thank you for all taking time out to be here today.
Spoke strong, sister. Spoke strong. Spoke strong.
Let us hear from a community leader in the Jewish community who's been in this community for a very long time. I knew him for a long time. Let us hear from Rabbi Yaakov Berman.
I'm going to be short. I just want to say it's never justification to hit somebody.
Speak up.
There is never justification to hit somebody in a wheelchair, to assault somebody, to throw somebody out of a wheelchair. We absolutely condemn all violence. And I just want to end with a message my Rebbe said in 1991, right after the Crown Heights riots, to Mayor Dinkins: we are one people living in one city under one God.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. You will now hear from Matt Abrams, Vice President of the JCRC community.
I just want to reiterate what's already been said, that the Jewish community condemns violence, this particular incident, all acts of violence against anyone. And so that is something that's very clear, and there is no question about that in the Jewish community or beyond that.
That's right.
And one of the things that we all know is that we are all created in the image of God. And so that with that in mind, we are always trying to work together. And for years, for 30 plus years, Crown Heights has figured out how to work together after the incidents many years ago. And we've come together, one Crown Heights and Black community, Jewish community, and everyone else coming together to make sure that we're working together so that everyone is safe, everyone can address the issues that are affecting everyone on the ground and make sure that everyone has better lives. That's what the JCRC is committed to doing, and that's what I think all of you are here committed to doing. I appreciate your leadership in making sure that this is where we're headed, and look forward to the meetings that we're going to have later to be able to continue to flesh this out. So thank you all for your concern, for keeping the peace, keeping us safe, and making sure that we continue to grow and strengthen this community beyond. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Michael Cohen from the Wiesenthal Center.
1 second.
Thank you so much, Rev McCall.
1 second. I want to make sure you're framed up.
Thank you so much. And one of the things that I look at in representing the Wiesenthal Center is one thing that Reverend Kevin McCall said to me just a few minutes ago. We've known each other for 20, 25 years working on issues of this nature. And those are the kind of relationships that we need to build and continue to build. In following my colleagues, we can easily, obviously say that violence is never condoned. Violence should never be what happens. And we feel empathy, obviously, for any victim of violence. But we need to make sure that we take this moment, as we've heard, as an effort and an opportunity to build and continue to build on that unity. We have come so far, whether it's from the establishment of One Crown Heights and the festivals that we do together, whether it's learning from each other in our communities together, and the long and cherished history of our communities fighting for human and civil rights together. We need to continue that. We need to make sure that everything that is so hard makes us stronger, that our words and our actions today bring us closer together. And together we work to make sure that there are no incidents and no daylight between us in these efforts, and that we make sure that the kind of relationships that we keep talking about that are going on for years and years between our communities are the ones that are highlighted. The way that we have those successes are highlighted. So really, thank you to everybody for being here in the words of unity. And thank you, Reverend McCall, for your words of unity together today. Thank you.
Right. Last thing I'm going to say, I'm going to take any questions. We came in the spirit of unity today. So just like on our side we're calm, we will make sure that the Jewish community is calm on their side. Yes. No one should be madder than the victim. This happened to a gentleman who was in a wheelchair. It didn't happen to them. Exactly. It happened to a guy in a wheelchair. So no one should be madder than the person it happened to. many cases that I get on, I never go above how mad I am than the person who I'm representing. You have to be able to respect the victim and those individuals that things happen to. So we can continue the dialogue, but make sure the community understands that keep the peace on their side, and we'll keep the peace on our side, and we'll meet in the middle.
They should be glad we peaceful.
Because we've been down this road before.
Right. They should be glad we
peaceful. And we've been down these roads before, so we're not trying to go back. So we won't go back.
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 50 years. Yes, sir.
And we want some hate crimes. They should be charged with hate crimes.
Yes, sir.
Hate
yes,
crimes.
No, it's not a hate crime. You can't. The victim is don't want to call it a hate crime. You can't do that, man. You can't be above the victim. So I'll take any. Hold on. I'll take any questions, and then we'll move forward. Yes. Good.
Who's participating in the meeting this afternoon? Where are you going to have?
I'm hosting the meeting with different clergy. Pastor Gilman Rose, Josh Scott. Hold on a second, brother. Hold on, brother. Hold on, brother. I understand that, but you can't be bad in the victim. Hold on, brother. Yeah, but you should have responded when that happened. Not at my job. So let me finish. So yes, I'm sorry. Yes, I'm hosting along with Pastor Gilman Rose, Pastor Shemaine Bird. We have Rabbi Kanini Summerlin, Rabbi Cohen, Eli Cohen will be present. So it's about the community of Crown Heights, the clergy uniting. It's not about elected officials or anybody running. It's about the community of this community just uniting on one accord to see how we can be able to turn this incident into a solution, a positive solution, and move together in unity, and making sure that they understand, that the Jewish community understand that this should be denounced and that we can be able to move forward to heal.
Where are you doing this?
At St. John's in 1055 St. John's place in Kingston and St. John's.
Right down the so sir. So the
big thick muzzles, and the man who attacked him was raging. He was raging from Kingston Avenue all the way down to the middle of the block. So his energy was very negative. He was calling the man names. He was screaming at him. He put his children in the house. Children are screaming. Comes back out and attacks the man in the wheelchair. First with a wooden bench that's about 6 feet long. He picked it up, threw it at him, knocked him out of the wheelchair. The man was able to get back in his wheelchair, but then that's me in the video screaming, call 911.
Did he say why? Why was
we couldn't understand what he was saying. We couldn't understand the words.
The pressure is over here. We don't know who's jumping in front of the camera.
So basically,
you don't know what started it all.
Well, I know what started it in the sense that what the man in the wheelchair was saying back to him was, my dogs are docile, my dogs are muzzled, my dogs aren't attacking you. So I assumed it had something to do with the dogs. But by the time they got to where the incident happened, the man who attacked him started just throwing things. He threw the bench twice, he threw a wooden block, and then he pushed him out of the wheelchair. So that's when the neighborhood came out, and all the eyewitnesses on the block made videos, and we saw exactly what happened and where the attack came from.
And your name is what?
Audra. Were you there?
Audra.
Right behind you.
Audra what? Audra, what's your last name?
Jones.
Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry. This is listening.
Coming through. Why are you making that face, bro? Why is he making He's an imbecile. You have to really operate in a sense of idiocy. There's a video clearly depicts the law says you have to be. Well, look, let me ask you something. Do you think that it's right for a man to push